All right, in terms of the hours, this could be a tricky and it could be a sensitive topic. Now, we've set the expectation that you should put in minimum 50 hours a week during the training, and it's absolutely true. If you have a CS degree, if you have an IT degree, depending on how many years of CS IT education you've had or what school you went to, you may need to put in, you may be fine doing 50 to 55 hours a week. You may need to put in 70 hours a week. Some of my best students have put in 90 hours a week consistently, especially in the first month and a half. And then once they got better, they could reduce it. Some of my best employees of Village 88 have worked 90 plus hours a week because they really were enjoying the materials and they were learning a lot. They wanted to stay ahead, so they were putting in a lot of time. Now, most of the trainees are CS grads. So in order to stay ahead or on pace, you will have to put in a lot of time. So my warning is do not take this course lightly. It's better that you spend a lot of time now and beef up your resume and walk out with a strong portfolio at the end of a few month training, rather than for you to do it slow, not find a job, and you have to spend months, maybe even years to find the job that you're looking for. It's much better to put in a lot of time, stay focused, right? Devote that amount of time so that by the end of that 3 months, you could be as ready as possible. And I promise you, if you put in a lot of time, if you're dedicated, your resume will look out way better, 10 times better at the very minimum than how your resume may look right now. So it's much better to put in the time. If you're just thinking about putting 40 hours a week, then you should probably just leave the program because you're not going to make it. You're not going to learn a lot. You're going to be behind. You're going to be stressing yourself out because everyone's ahead of you. Okay, so don't do that. Put in minimum 50 hours a week. And if you don't have as much CS background as other people who are doing the training, hey, be willing to go extra miles. Maybe you should really spend Saturdays catching up. And I do recommend, everyone to not work both Saturday and Sunday. I recommend that you just work one day of the weekend. But if you're behind, you shouldn't be taking both Saturdays and Sundays off, especially in the first 2 months of the training. And that may seem harsh, but hey, look, no one's really keeping a close eye to see if you're working. You should do it because you're self-motivated, because you want to learn. And some of the trainees have told me that they don't even realize that they were spending that much time because they were enjoying, they were learning how to create things, they were learning things that took them months to learn. They were learning at such an accelerated speed in this environment that they really enjoyed it. And same thing can happen to you, but it's enormously important that you put in the time. One of the analogy that I use is, imagine if someone wants to learn, let's say, Tagalog. There are several ways to learn. You can go to a university. You can get a degree in Tagalog and spend 4 years. And by the end of that 4-year program, you may be able to speak Tagalog okay. But would you speak like a native? Probably not. Another way to learn is I just send you to Philippines where they speak Tagalog and you have to survive. I guarantee that the latter approach, the second approach, is faster. Same thing with this training program. If you're just spending 30 to 40 hours a week, you're not going to learn that fast. That's almost like going to a 4-year college degree. It's going to take long and you're not going to be sufficient. If you put in 50, 70, maybe even 90 hours a week, your brain is just at another mental state where it's almost survival mode. That's what you do, that's what you think, that's what you dream about every single day. And that really accelerates our brain to learn things at a pace that we never could believe ourselves. And that can happen to you. So, but it will only happen if you put in a lot of time. So yes, I want you to learn as much as possible, but it's really for your benefit because I've seen this with hundreds of students that I've directly taught. People who didn't do very well in the beginning, but they keep doing it, and all of a sudden they have these aha moments, and they are able to do things 10 times better than before. And you have several aha moments like that, and I've seen some students who were in the bottom 25%, by the end of the program, they were in the top 10% of my students. But that only happened to those who had positive attitude and who worked really, really hard. Okay, so I can't emphasize enough how important it is for you to put in the time. Again, it's much better for you to put in the time now than to spend months or years later learning on your own without the mentorship and without the support, and for you to then take 3 years to find your dream job or to never find a dream job. Okay, so really take this time preciously and do yourself a service by committing and letting your friends and family know that, hey, over the next 3 months, I'm going to be very busy. I can't hang out with you. I need to stay focused. And your friends and family will appreciate that if you let them know. So just mentally be ready, please. Okay?